Good evening, everybody.
Good evening,
Hello,
Jamie.
Hey, Jamie.
Hello.
A Saudi couple, Ahmed and Layla, preparing for their wedding, meet with the mullah for counseling. The mullah asks if they have any last questions before they leave. The Ahmed says, "We realize it's tradition in Islam for men to dance with men and women to dance with women, but our wedding reception, we'd like your permission to dance together." "Absolutely not," said the mullah. "It's immoral. Men and women always dance separately." "So after the ceremony, I can't even dance with my own wife?" "No," answered the mullah. "It's forbidden in Islam." "Well, okay," said Ahmed. "Ahmed, what about sex? Can we finally have sex?" All right, what's the end of the joke? You ready? "Of course," replied the mullah. "Allah Akbar. God is great. Sex is okay within marriage to have children." "What about different positions?" asked the man. "Allah Akbar. Mafi mufishla. No problem," says the mullah. "Woman on top," Ahmed said. "Sure," said the mullah. Allah, Allahu Akbar. Go for it. Doggy style. "Sure, Allahu Akbar." "On the kitchen table." "Yes, yes, Allahu Akbar." "Can I do it with all my 4 wives together on a rubber sheet with a bottle of hot oil, a couple of vibrators, leather harnesses, a bucket of honey, and a porno video?" "You may indeed. Allahu Akbar." "Can we do it standing up?" "No, absolutely not," says the mullah. "Why not?" asked the man. "Because that could lead to dancing." Okay, I'm in trouble tonight, okay?
We're all
I
gonna
saw a
get
fat
blown
bloke
up.
crying on the bench the other day. When I asked him what was the problem, he sobbed, "No one will hire me just because I'm fat." I didn't know what to do, so I tried to comfort him. "Mate, you're looking at this the wrong way." "Am I?" Yes, yes, I'm almost 100% certain it's because you're an Arab." No, that's bad. I don't know. What do you call an Arab with his hand up a camel's arse? A mechanic. No.
I would have called him a Muppeteer. He's putting on a Muppet show.
I was asked by my employer today to meet some Arab dignitaries from the airport and make them feel welcome. As they stepped off the plane, I rolled the red carpet out for them. The cheeky bastards flew away on it. Okay. All right, what do we got? We got just another few minutes, huh?
3 minutes.
3 minutes.
3 minutes, okay.
Don't give away all your good jokes. Huh?
No, I don't have any jokes. This is just for fun.
Too
The
late.
Muslim leader in
Okay.
UK are giving a sermon later at which they are expected to condemn grooming and showering and the use of deodorant. No.
Oh, great. That'll be fun to hang around.
It's Comic-Con all over again.
By the way, I saw the other day that Saudi Arabia has a new website that allows citizens to send complaints directly to the king. If needed, you can even submit a second complaint using your other hand.
Oh,
You're
my.
very funny tonight, Lauren.
The Steven's kicking in.
Yeah, 2 14-year-old Muslim boys have been suspended from school, in France for refusing to shave off their beards. The head teacher said, "We will not tolerate a school environment where it's impossible to tell the boys from the girls."
Oh.
Ah, boo.
No.
You are funny when you're not being racist.
Yeah.
Yeah, right. A visiting sheikh from the Middle East at a party in London. Food makes him thirsty. He sends his private aide to collect water several times. He demands water for the 3rd time, but the aide comes back without water. The sheikh demands to know why. The aide explains another guest is sitting on the water hole.
Oh.
No. Oh, we are in trouble tonight, aren't we?
Yeah.
Yeah. That's it for the night, and have a great time. I hear it go through the computer, but my voice does not come to SL. That's Chip. So Chip's is going to do his entire routine in mime tonight. By the way, Catboy, can you help him a little bit? Let's see what you
You're
can
the
do.
interpreter.
Might have to download an update.
Yeah, right. An update, yeah. I got to tell you something. Apparently, you may know this, White Queen. Apparently, a lot of people in London are quite upset with these bloody Arabs coming over here and stealing houses I can't afford. Right. These are all whatever. All right. Well, Why do Arabs have so
Oh,
many
Anchor.
kids? No ammo.
Oh.
Oh.
All right, these are all bad, aren't they? All right. Oh, look what time it is. Oh my God, it's time to
Bing
go.
bong.
Welcome. All right, this is it. Dum da da dum.
Dun,
Welcome
dun, dun,
to another night. It's a Tuesday, right? Are you guys all around tonight? This is it. Well, that was the show. I hope you all had fun. See you next week. Oh yeah. So anyhow, so what do you give a blonde who has everything? Penicillin.
Oh.
I like it.
Yeah. So a redhead tells her blonde stepsister, "I slept with a Brazilian," and the blonde replies, "Oh my God, you slut! How many is a Brazilian?" How do you know if a blonde likes you? She'll sleep with you 2 nights in a row.
Oh.
All right.
What does a blonde say if you blow in her ear? Thanks for the refill. All right, let's get on with the show. Let's see what's going on. So this, I like these, okay? I'm going to give you some. My brother sent these, okay? And then we'll get into some Second Life jokes and have some fun. For those of you that are the first time here, hopefully you'll come back. And if not, we don't know your name yet, so we don't know if we'll miss you or not. By the way, First Life is closed next Tuesday, in case you didn't know it.
First Life's
Good
going
morning.
offline.
Yeah, they're doing a major update. Exactly. Hello, Explorer. We're just talking about you.
Need one.
Yeah. So a distraught senior citizen phoned her doctor's office. Is it true, she wanted to know, that medication you prescribed that has to be taken for the rest of my life? Yes, I'm afraid so, the doctor told her. There was a moment of silence before the senior lady replied, well, I'm just wondering then, how serious is my condition because the prescription is marked no refills. Okay, here's another one from him. An older gentleman was on the operating table awaiting surgery, and he insisted that his son, a renowned surgeon, perform the operation. As he was about to get anesthetized, he asked to speak to his son. Yes, Dad, what is it? Now, don't be nervous, son. Do your best. And just remember, if it doesn't go so well, all right, if something happens to me, your mother is going to come to live with you and your wife. All right, one more from my brother. That's those three, and then we'll go on with the show. 2 guys, one old, one young, are pushing their carts around Walmart when they collide. The older guy says to the young guy, sorry about that. I'm looking for my wife, and I guess I wasn't paying any attention to where I was going. Young guy says, oh, that's okay. It's a coincidence. I'm looking for my wife, too. I can't find her, and I'm getting a little desperate. The old guy says, well, maybe we can help each other. Tell me, what does your wife look like? The young guy says, well, she's 27 years old, tall, red hair, blue eyes, buxom, wearing no bra, long legs, and wearing a short shorts. What does your wife look like? Old guy says, doesn't matter. Let's look for yours. Everybody having fun? Is this fun? Yeah.
Yes.
Yep. Oh, great. I'll tell you, I don't get commercials in First Life. I mean, this reverse mortgage thing, Now, first they had the regular mortgage, then they have the reverse mortgage, then they'll have the mortgage that reverses the reverse, They say you can't lose a thing. You certainly can. You can lose the equity in your house, but they don't tell anybody that, right? You ever
Right.
noticed that? Yeah.
Kind of skip
what's
over
Chip
that
say?
part.
I hear it's going through the computer, but my voice does not come to Second Life. All right, well, that's still working just fine for you. Haley says we have an acre, yes, of subprime property.
Yeah.
Exactly, right.
Yay!
Right. I'm telling you.
Yeah, unfortunately, it's in Gaza. All right.
It's in Gaza.
Or Buffalo.
Yeah. Oh, no.
Now, if a blonde and a brunette fell off a building, who would hit the ground first? The brunette, because the blonde would stop and ask for directions.
Oh my.
I know, isn't it terrible? 3 blondes were walking through a field when they came across a set of tracks, and the first blonde looked down at the tracks and said, I think these could be bird tracks. The second blonde went to look and said, no, I think they're deer tracks. They stepped aside, and the third blonde went over to the track. She looked down and got run over by the train. No, that's not A blonde was driving down the road listening to the radio and was quite upset when she heard blonde joke after blonde joke. A little way down the road, she saw another blonde in a field rowing a boat. The blonde stopped her car and angrily jumped out, yelling, "You dumb blonde bimbo! It's blondes like you that give the rest of us a bad name. If I could swim, I'd come out there and give you what's coming to you." I don't get that joke. Anyhow, Second Life. You got to love it. I mean, you know, they're actually Think just put up a whole thing where you can get a full education here in Second Life and do the same thing you're not doing in First Life, work. Yeah. So, yeah. So I'll tell you something. How many of you have saved all the stuff that you've had over the years, you know? I mean, we had 8 tracks, 33s, 45s, rotary dial phones, digital dial phones,
Yeah,
the
we call
first
that
cell
hoarding
phone.
in our neighborhood.
Yeah. I got a big box in the other room. Everything that I buy from China now, I just put in a box and ship it back. Say, no, didn't really like it.
No thanks.
No thanks. But I'll tell you something I do. This is a secret you guys should all do. You get junk mail from time to time, right? The thing to do is what I do. I open the junk mail, and there's always a return envelope. Just take all the junk mail, stick it back in the return envelope, and ship it back to them. See?
Oh, yes, of course.
They pay for it. That really
I
works.
think it's fabulous.
Anytime I get a return envelope. Yes.
Yeah, you can even throw in a couple of old used tools. Just really excite the hell. A couple of syringes, needles, just ship it all.
Anthrax.
Yeah.
That would be great. Think of that.
Yeah. How many of you still have groups here in Second Life that you don't even know who the people are, whether they're in Second Life, and you're still a member of that group, and why?
Yep.
Why?
Yep.
I mean, come on. Bricks and stones, in fact, right? Yeah. So we're having fun around the world, right? The Chinese are causing trouble. The Russians are causing trouble. The Arabs are causing trouble. It's like 1960 all over again. Yeah. Yep. I went into God mode here in Second Life. Anybody of you ever do that? Oh my God. Jesus. First thing comes on your screen is 300,000 Jira messages that are problems. I said, fuck this. Yeah. I wonder, these people pray to God. Do you think God's listening? No. He says, finish this whole thing years and years ago. Stop whining, okay? Get over it. I wasn't the perfect God, and you're not the perfect humans. It's all perfect. Yep. And McDonald's. Did you hear about McDonald's? Gosh, they got some sort of meat that they bought in China, and it turned out it wasn't the meat that they thought it was. They bought the meat in China. This is what the people eat. They should say, this is your regular food.
Oh,
We're just trying
God,
right?
really?
Yeah, yeah.
Well,
Oh,
what
I
was
didn't hear
it?
that. Oh, what was it?
Did they leave it in China or did they try
No,
to bring it over here?
No, it's over there, and it's big
Fox?
trouble and
It was
whatever.
Fox?
Oh.
Yeah, it was Fox.
Oh,
I went into
Okay.
Home Depot the other day, and I asked one of the people that was working there. I said, "Listen, can you help me?" And they said, "Sure." I said, "I'm trying to do a repair. What kind of repair?" I said, I need to get some extra prims for my house." I mean, this is what you have to do. You have to have fun, in First Life, you just got to go around and say, I go to the airport. I always go, "Where's the teleport chamber?" That's really okay.
If anyone invents that, airports will be out of business.
Oh, God. Airports.
That'd be great.
Airports are so interesting now. There are thousands of shops that you can walk by and not buy anything because it's too expensive. They got all these expensive stores now in airports.
Yeah.
Zegna and Cartier, and I mean, and what was it that in France? Yeah, in France, a group of thugs. I haven't caught them yet. Apparently, held up some Saudi prince and took the car, took 300,000 euros, and fled with the money and dropped them all off. Told the Saudi prince they weren't taking his watch because it was a fake.
I bet that was an insult. Like, what?
Yeah. How many of you have ever done this? Because of Second Life time, Second Life, it's now 5:11 in Second Life. But where I live, it's not 5:11. But I show up to appointments as if it's all Second Life time, right?
me
You
too.
do that? Wow, nobody's here. Yeah. I got my doctor to write me a note apologizing for having me sit in the waiting room too long. I have that. I'm going to pin it up on the wall. That's the first doctor's note I've ever gotten. I think, right? Oh, looks like somebody's surfing while they're playing Second Life. That's great.
I once got money back from my dentist.
You did?
Because, for her not showing up.
Really?
Yes, because she charges if you don't show up.
That's really interesting. How much money did she give you back? Like $1?
I don't remember, but it was like an office fee.
Yeah.
All right, probably $10.
Yeah. I wish I had Control-Alt-D in First Life. That'd be great, right? I mean, that's
Sweet.
great. Yeah. That's what we need at the nuclear factory in Iran. Control-Alt-D. Hit Control-Alt-D. Control-Alt-D. Come on now.
Wow, yeah.
Oh, somebody's feedbacking.
Somebody's playing a 78. Working on it. Keep working on it. So what do you want to say now that we can't hear you, all right? Don't disappear. Brian B. Ooh. Okay. Well, he's gone, right? don't
No,
know,
I still hear him.
Oh, I
scurrying
still hear
around the
Is that
device.
Chip? Is that Chippy? That's our friend Chip. All right, that's the
Gonna do
first time he's going to
comedy.
do some stuff. Right. Yeah. Yeah, well, in First Life, if I go to like a funeral home, somebody's died, I just ask them if this is one of those, what do they call them? When they log you into a place that when Second Life's not working, they log you into one of those.
Oh,
meetings.
a visitor.
What is it
Visitor's
called?
Place?
A safe hub.
Yeah, but Safe Hub, yeah.
A safe hub.
A Safe Hub. Is that what they call it? They used to call it something else way back when.
Wasn't it a visitor's place or a...
Welcome home.
Okay. Welcome home. Right. Welcome home. Right.
Welcome center.
Yeah. In First Life, they get married, they go, I do. In Second Life, they say, maybe for a week. I was always amazed by this. Oh, there we go. Is it Alexander Graham Bell? Is he here? What a seance we're having. It's absolutely amazing. What the hell else is going on? Yeah. Yeah, I once read somebody's, profiles are great. I read some of them. One of them said, I had BDSM with my girlfriend. She tied me up and left.
That just means she's really good.
That was the best. I actually met somebody in Second Life. Now, I don't know how many of you know this, but those of you know there's gore and stuff like that. And people like all this, kinky sort of sex thing. But I ran into one gal. I promise you, this was in Second Life. She was sitting, and I went to talk to her. And apparently she could only type. She wasn't allowed to talk. And she'd been sitting with her computer in the dark. In other words, just a blank screen, and the only thing she could see was the little message thing that I sent to her. For something like 7 hours. I mean, is this a fun game or not? I mean, wow. What the hell is that?
I'm being
Masochism.
Yeah.
I play that game.
Yeah.
It's called turning off the computer.
Yeah. I mean, really, seriously, exactly. If you, listen, I want you to turn off your computer and do something else. That's your punishment.
Oh God, real life? No.
Yeah, right. Oh no, what am I gonna do? No. Yeah, Second Life. Well, look, a whole bunch of us are gonna. Oops, here we go. We got that working. That's great. Yeah. Yeah, I got an older Mac and it's rotten to the core. Yeah, I'm waiting for a new one to come out. It's amazing in Second Life. You get a brand new computer. It's got everything on it. You come into Second. The only reason you buy a computer now is to come into Second Life, right? Am I
Right.
correct? I mean, the rest of it's
Yep.
a tablet. The rest of the world's a
Bingo.
tablet. Anything else is Second Life.
Right.
You
and
come
your
into
old
Second
ones
Life.
Work.
You come in and you got a frame rate that's incredible. Everything's great for a week, and then you need a new computer again. What the hell is that?
My Asus has lasted a year, but I'm waiting for those new iMacs.
Is that right? Yeah. Yep. Yeah, I'm getting a brand new computer. Absolutely. I'm upgrading my graphics card. Yeah. From a 64 to a 128 Crayola. I hope to really have a good time. Oh,
Using the whole
yeah,
box,
right.
huh?
What?
Using the whole box of crayons.
Yeah. So I'm reading this book, Super Intelligence, and guess what? I realized I'm not even average intelligence to read it, but apparently Elon Musk thinks it's a great book. I don't understand any of this stuff. one of the things goes back to some Berryism or something like that from 1643. I don't know what they're talking about back then either, you know. I tell you, these people that understand all this tech stuff, that's a whole other world. You know, in order to understand all that, right? Yeah. So I called up Linden Labs the other day, and I said, I'd like my Lindens in real coins. Could you send them to me? I don't really trust them on the computer anymore. Oh, yeah. Yeah. And things are changing everywhere, you know, nowadays. Now, listen to this, okay? So my daughter is going to have another baby, okay? And she's going to have it at her house with a midwife. Yep. She's having it at her house with a midwife. And and so I'm worried a bit about the whole thing, you know. So so I was talking to Irene about this, and we were talking. She said there was a movie out 5 or 7 years ago called Babies. Did anybody ever see that movie where there were 5 babies? And they followed the mother in gestation from Nambia. Oh, somebody's now using the toilet. That's great. Thank you so much. That really made the night.
It wasn't me.
Oops, I think they're drowning themselves in the toilet. So apparently, so in the whole discussion about the different places of where you have a baby, like in the United States, they treat the mothers as if they're patients when they go in there. They're not being mothers. They got a little band around their wrist. They go into a room. It's like an operation. It's the whole thing, right? But in these other countries, it's not the same way. So Irene was explaining in Africa, most women just squat and the baby comes out. That's gravity, right? It helps it work out rather than lying on a bed and doing all that. So I have a new product. I think we can work this out. I'm going to work this out with Jiffy Lube, where they have like a little thing you get lifted up, and the doctor can stand below and just catch it as it comes flying. I think that's a lot easier. Yeah. Second Life. You gotta love it. Whoops. Oh, what's that?
It's called a birthing chair, Lauren.
Yes.
The birthing chair. They have those. Oh.
Yes.
Oh, yeah.
I didn't know that. Oh. A birthing chair. So what's that like? A toilet seat without the toilet underneath? What's that?
It was made from the 1600s. You'll see illustrations of it.
Oh, the 1600s. But they changed everything. Lying down can't be the easiest way to do things, is it? Yeah.
No.
Yeah. So anyhow, Second Life. Now, Tindalia, you have like 6 kids or 4 kids in Second Life now.
Just 3.
By now they should 3.
Just
3.
it's only 3.
Yeah. Are any of them in preschool yet?
This is
They used to
Second
be a
Life. What's preschool.
There used to be a preschool in Second Life. It was absolutely unbelievable. I went and watched them in preschool. Apparently, way back when, there were actually avatars that would play children. You know, and yeah, right.
There still are.
What?
There still are.
There still are. There still are. Huh? Well, they're hiding out now. I guess the pedophiles have scared the shit out of them. But yeah, so there was a preschool. They're all sitting there babbling and other things. I mean, it's phenomenal that they have the ability to pay their internet bill and sit there and babble around. Yeah.
They get most of them get allowances. They have parents who give them allowances.
You mean in First Life or Second Life?
Second Life.
Yeah.
That's how they survive. They get adopted and they get allowances.
Ooh.
You know, that's almost as funny as guys dressing up as girls.
I don't get
I
paid to
can't
do this.
believe
What
it.
am I doing wrong?
No.
Yeah, I'm paying them to do this.
Nobody
What the
wants a
hell's
cat
that all
boy.
about?
Tell me it's not true.
Say
Now,
it
Chip,
ain't
do you have
so.
your voice working yet? Do you want to get up here and do a little routine? Are you good? Chip?
Chip?
See if Chip can come up, Catboy. You ask him and see
hold
what
on.
he says. All right, you
He says
matter of fact,
no.
You can come up here. He can
No.
sign language to you. No, he doesn't. Okay.
Do it in semaphore.
That's it.
His voice is not
Yeah.
working.
So
Oh,
somebody
that's a
tell me,
shame.
if you have sex with a prostitute against her will, is that considered rape or shoplifting? Does anybody know?
Oh, my God.
That's terrible.
Grown.
Oh, Grody.
Yeah. Yeah. I still find myself from time to time in Second Life, you're just walking and walking and walking and walking. Thank God that Haley got me to get one of these what do they call space navigators? You know, because now that doesn't happen to you anymore. Yeah, that was really good. Anybody else in here have a space navigator? Because I have news for you. It's really great. You know, I can't wait till they allow us in regular. Well, we've all done this. I've brought it up many times. When you try to, cam the back of a web page or something, or camera around something on a web page.
Oh,
Yeah.
I mean, I still do it. I always find myself amazed by it. What are you, that stupid?
the 3D web is coming.
Yeah, I'm not stupid. Sorry.
Yeah. I broke a beautiful glass of Irene's the other day, and she looked at it very sad because it was one of her better glasses. I said, "Oh, don't worry, we can res another." She didn't laugh at all. I want you to know that did not go over really well.
No, wrong,
Right.
wrong.
Oh, not good.
I told her one day I was standing there with her, and I said, "I have that dress, but in a different color."
How'd that go over?
Yeah, exactly. How did that go over is right. Yeah, no, it's fun. It makes it all interesting, you know?
Has she
Yeah.
ever come in here and listened to you?
She's seen this in here, and she's seen some of the shows, and she's heard of some of you. Not too much, because we're trying to maintain the relationship, okay?
You have to be careful.
You ever ask her if her dresses are full perm?
Ask a lot of things. I tell her, make sure you don't put an alpha picture on tonight, sweetie. It's hard to do much with an alpha texture, as you well know, right? Yeah. So anyhow, we got to do a new show coming up. Yeah. So I hear a couple one-liners from famous women, right? I'm not offended by all the dumb blonde jokes because I know I'm not dumb, and I also know I'm not a blonde. That was Dolph.
I love her.
Yeah.
Very-
Yeah. You
very
ever been to
clever woman.
Bollywood or whatever it's called? Hollywood.
No,
it's
no.
what's it
But
called?
it's
Dollywood.
Dollywood.
It's
Dollywood.
Hollywood,
Yeah. It's from Liz Winstead. Was I think therefore I'm single. you like that one,
Yeah.
Dr. Fran? Yeah. From Elaine Boozler. When women are depressed, they either eat or go shopping. Men invade another country.
Way too true.
From Marianne Person. Behind every successful man is a surprised woman. Oh, why did my computer decide to do this? It sort of just logged me off almost. All right, I'm back. Okay. Yeah. Yeah. You see a lot of smart guys with dumb women, but you hardly ever see a smart woman with a dumb guy. Yeah. So that was from Erica Young. Yeah. So what's this one? I base most of my fashion tastes on what doesn't itch. Gil Narana. Oh, who's that? Thank you. Hello, Sick21. Nice to see you. Yep. I have yet to hear a man ask for advice on how to combine marriage and a career. Gloria Steinem, right? Yeah. Oh, and I learned something from Second Life, which is great. It helped me a lot the other day in First Life with my relationship. I learned what venting was. So now, in First Life, and men, you'll like this. You can use this. You ever know, and she says, you're not listening, right? You're aware of that? Your answer is, no, I knew you were venting, and I didn't want to interrupt you. No. All right, so
Sneaky.
Chip, what? Yeah, sneaky, exactly. So Chip can't come up. So do you want to come up here, Catboy, and
Sure,
rock and roll the place
absolutely.
for a while?
And do
We have
40
no
minutes.
music tonight, by the way, even though we sent out
Yeah.
announcements that we did. We're not having any music tonight. Our
Oh.
musical guest,
Music
unfortunately,
canceled.
yeah. And in case you don't know, she has a web page. She has a Facebook page, Sarah, and I've looked at it, and she is having fun doing weird things with dolls and posting what she's been doing to them. She's making them fatter, scarier, and more looking real.
That sounds
All
cool.
right, go ahead, Catboy. It's all yours.
Yay, all right. So comedy's getting a little better, though. I mean, for a couple of weeks, we were really down. It was kind of like this place was turning into the apathy club. Like, the first rule of apathy club is you don't give a shit about apathy club. Second rule of apathy club is you don't care what the second rule of apathy club is, and so on, and so on, and so on. Okay, has anyone heard, since last week, a bunch of comedians have been getting on board with this thing called the
Oh,
Ice
yes,
Bucket Challenge?
Yes.
But this has been going
Oh,
on
yeah.
everywhere. Everyone's been doing this.
Mhm.
It was on the news. My local news channel is getting in on this. Everyone, it's all over the place. People are trying to raise money for ALS, which is a worthy cause. Everyone's. Oh,
You
that's
did
good.
it?
That's good.
Cool.
You did it. Fantastic. My
I
son did
donated-
it. That's great.
Yeah. I donated some money, but I can't figure. I'm not going to do the ice bucket challenge until somebody scripts a bucket here in Second Life. I know that's cheating, but I know that's cheating, but
Oh, there's
anyway,
gotta
Charlie
be one.
Sheen-
Hold on.
Charlie Sheen put his own twist on the whole thing with the ice bucket challenge when he raised the bucket over his head and $10,000 in cash fell out, which he donated to ALS. Now, a lot of people say that he wimped out doing simply what was easy for him, but they don't really appreciate the sacrifice that he's making. He has to do without hooker and blow money for a whole day.
Oh.
Yeah.
Ooh.
Okay, but well, speaking of bad feelings, a lot of people are giving comedian Bill Burr a hard time because he was challenged several times by several popular comedians, but he doesn't want to do it. He thinks it's dumb, but he did donate money. They're saying, "Oh, come on, be a sport, like dump the bucket and whatnot." And he said, "Well, I live in a desert community where it's usually above 100 degrees. You'd think it'd be a great idea, but the thing is, they have water restrictions where he lives, and if he's get caught doing this, he can actually get a fine." Now, mind you, if I lived in a desert where it was like more than 100 degrees all summer long and I had a bucket of ice water, I would just soak my feet in it or make margaritas. But not both. But not both. All right. Oh, breaking news from Ferguson. Oh my gosh, the stuff is going down there. Another journalist is trying to make a brand name for themselves and getting a book deal by getting themselves arrested. Yay. When I was younger, people accused the police of dressing in civilian clothes to incite violence. Now it's just more likely that Geraldo Rivera's out there in a dreadlock wig, tossing Molotov cocktails and trying to make a comeback.
He's on the radio in New York, by the way.
Yeah, okay. I'm surprised it's not down there trying to milk this thing. Oh, latest news. Google has a self-driving car. I guess we all know about this. It's been in the news repeatedly. Google, get a load of this. Google developers admitted that their self-driving cars are deliberately programmed to drive above the speed limit by at least 10 miles an hour. Now, they say the reason is it's supposed to keep up with the flow of traffic, but the real reason is Google doesn't want critics blaming these cars for holding up traffic by going too slow. To be fair, if they really wanted these cars to drive like everyone else, they should have made a tailgate go 20 miles an hour over the limit and program an angry automated horn that flips everybody off. Oh, here's some interesting news. In Alabama, a high school teenager was sent home because she dyed her hair red. Dyed her hair red. I guess they don't care for gingers down there. They don't have a soul. Remember that thing that was going around? Anyway, school has standards saying students are not allowed to dye their hair unnatural colors. What's so unnatural about red? How many redheads do we have in this audience? Should be peeved about that. I know.
Red
But
hair's
anyway,
popular in SA.
Haley, this girl, Haley Black, she's 15 years old, at Muscle Shoals High School. Man, that's just a weird name, isn't it? Muscle Shoals High School. Tried to argue that red is a natural color for hair, and she's had it for years. Why are they making a big deal about it now? However, the senior councils who set school standards on morality were not swayed by this argument, as they're all a bunch of 80-year-old women with blue hair. Okay, and here's some interesting news from China. China Airlines. Don't worry, it's not another crash. In China, an airliner from Asiana Airlines was forced to abandon a landing when the air traffic control at Wuhan Airport had fallen asleep. They all dozed off. Now, when authorities asked the supervisor, why didn't you notice anything? He said, how am I supposed to know if they're always walking around with their eyes 3/4 closed anyway? But okay, that's not good. No. But does anyone remember the last time Asiana Airlines made the news? Anyone remember what happened?
Asiana Airlines.
Asiana Airlines Flight 214 had a crash in San Francisco because the airplane came up too short on the runway. Does anyone remember what happened afterwards? Was on Fox News, a joker had called in with a bunch of fake names claiming to be a representative or some sort of public communications officer for the airport. And he gave these names. He said these were the names of the crew of the people who crashed the airplane in San Francisco. And they actually read this on the news. This is for real. This is not a made-up image. This lady got on the news and she said that the name of the crew who crashed the airplane was Captain Something Wong, We Too Low, Holy Fucking
Oh.
Bang Ding Ow. Does anyone remember? This actually happened.
Yes,
This
they do.
really did happen. But
Yes.
Fox
They
News broke this latest story about the people who fell asleep, and they said, look, this is not going to happen again. We got a proper public relations officer who used to work for the Howard Stern show, and now we've got the names of the people who are responsible for this latest controversy over at Wutan Airport. And the name of the controllers who dozed off is Me Drowsy, Rest My Eye, Take a Nap, and Wake Me Up.
Oh, that's good.
There we go. Now,
That is
I was
awesome.
on Reddit earlier, and somebody came up with this really brilliant idea. I thought it was really neat. And it was because of the things, this modern vernacular that we have in modern society. Like, think of all the things that we talk about in Second Life, all these words that we've adapted that are perfectly normal to us in our day-to-day lives, like jump on my pose ball, right? And someone said, well, try to think of a sentence that that'd be perfectly normal to say today. But if you went back in time, only 20 years when the internet was around and people still had, people already had home computers, but they would think you were crazy if you actually said any of these things 20 years ago, like if you just flew back in time. So let's go through a list of sentences that would sound absolutely normal today, but think of it in the context of what it would sound like in 1994, like this one. I love this one. I need to go outside to plug my cigarette in and recharge it.
That's
I
great.
need to take a picture. Quick, let me borrow your phone.
Yeah.
All right. I accidentally liked that girl's photo. Oops. Now here's one. So let's
Good.
pretend that you're a time traveler and everyone thinks you're paranoid. I got 2,000 people following me. Well, here's one. For anyone that bought a big hard drive back in the early 90s, think of this one. I think $100 for a terabyte drive is a ripoff. Think of that one. Or this is one that imagine a thinker went back in time and he said, my blog has 2 million hits. Huh?
Yeah, right.
What does that even mean? Huh? I
What are
uploaded
you
my
talking about?
What are you talking about? I uploaded my vacation pics to a cloud, so now that I can bore people all over the world with it. Oh, here's one. This one is practically foreign language, even for today. Yelp says to try gluten-free bison burgers with kale and quinoa.
Quinoa, not Cajona. Cajones is
Quinoa,
something
not
else
quinoa.
altogether.
Quinoa.
Cajones.
Quinoa.
Kale and cajones.
What part of the bison
Meadow
is that
muffins.
burger made
Hello,
out of?
muffins.
Okay, Robert Downey
Quinoa.
Jr. is one of the most popular and beloved actors in the business.
Oh yeah.
Oh, somebody got it. Oh, no, I
What
got
happened? I
it.
missed that. What happened?
Oh, look out! Look
Oh,
out!
look at that. That's
The
great.
bucket.
Oh,
What?
ah,
What did I
that's
miss?
great.
What did I miss?
Oh my
Well
God.
done.
Gio, did you get that? I want that on camera. That could
Is
be my
that
bucket
Carolyn?
check.
Oh, you did the ice bucket. Do it.
That is
Yeah.
great. Do
I
it
had to
again.
do
Do
it
it
to help
again.
myself.
Oh, yeah.
Yay.
Oh, ah, bravo.
Good job, Tara.
Well,
It's great. Thank you so much for that. You see, now I've done it. I don't have to go free.
Now you don't
Now
have
you
to
have
give
to
any money for
nominate
ALS.
3 people to have
Okay.
it done
I nominate Lauren, Doc Grunt,
uh-huh.
and Bubble Pop. There we go. There we go. My nomination. All right. Now, what would sound crazy 20 years ago? Let's get back to that. Hold on. I'm going to Google it.
Google.
Good
Google.
enough.
Can you
Good
imagine
enough.
if you said that when we were young to our parents? I'm gonna go Google something. Oh, that's it. Well, let's take. He's got to go to the camp.
Yeah, I forgot my calculator. Let me use my phone. Or how
Right.
about I can't watch TV because the internet's down. I can't do that. Call me on the phone, but I don't actually have a phone. Use your smartphone to call me on Skype. Oh, I like this one. This is one of my favorites right here. So I was in the weed store the other day buying some marijuana, and a cop walked in and he gave me a fine for parking my Segway on the sidewalk. I've got
Did that-
Angry Birds on my phone. What are they doing? Angry Birds on my phone. Oh, I like this one.
Alfred Hitchcock. Angry Birds.
Angry Birds sitting on an old rotary phone. That'd be cool. I can't wait for Disney to finish making the next Star Wars movies. I bet it'll be a lot better than finding out Darth Vader's some whiny little kid who built C-3PO. Yeah. Here's one. There's an app for that. There's an app for that. What does that mean? There's an app for that. I'm going to Instagram this ice bucket challenge. # YOLO. What
Yeah.
weird language are you speaking? I can't believe Weird Al Yankovic has the #1 selling album the same summer that Michael Jackson has been dead for 5 years. Or how about this? Anyone remember all the neat films that we grew up with as kids? Steven Spielberg just doesn't know how to make a decent sci-fi.
Mhm.
In an age where pornography is freely available to anyone at the touch of a button, the most popular TV show for lonely middle-aged men is My Little Pony. Has this
Huh?
place
Yes,
gone
it's a little
dead within the
creepy.
past 30 seconds? What the
That's
hell
so
happened?
creepy.
What happened?
We're
You
laughing
threw
in
a
mime.
bucket
Just
of ice
relax.
water. Yeah,
We're
you threw a
laughing in
bucket.
mime.
Okay.
The mime laughter.
Okay, Canada's hitchhiking robot has successfully completed its trip without being stolen or run over. Yeah!
Yeah, that's weird.
And this is the last one. The last one, I say the very best for last. $3.50 for a gallon of gas? That's a bargain! Woo! And that's everything I have for tonight, everybody.
That's it. You're done.
Yay.
That's it.
Good
Yay.
job, Catboy.
Yeah.
Oh, good.
All right.
Cheer
Well,
back.
thank you so much, Catboy. That was good. That was great. Hello, everybody. Everybody having fun? It's Tuesday night. We have no music, but we got all of us. It's Tuesday. Yeah. Have you seen the new Iraqi flag? The white star on a white background.
Oh.
They put it up on the Brooklyn Bridge.
He's right.
So why does the Iraqi Navy have glass-bottom boats? So that they can see their Navy.
Oh.
This is so bad. Have you heard of the new Iraqi boy band? It's called No Kids on the Block. That's so bad. No, I'm not doing any more. Right. Yeah, you know, a well-adjusted woman is one who not only knows what she wants for her birthday, but even knows what she's going to exchange it for.
Amen.
Amen, right? Come on. Yeah, you were born an original. Don't die a copy, okay, guys? All right.
Yeah.
And one thing Second Life has taught us, we are really original in here, aren't we? I mean, every one of us is so original. It's incredible.
I don't know about you,
By
but
the
I'm sick
way-
and tired of people dressed like me. They're called women.
There are no women that dress like you, okay, Catboy? There is nobody on the planet that dresses like you, all right? Inside every older person is a younger person wondering what happened.
Oh, I'm unsure.
What did you do?
Growing old is inevitable. Growing up is optional. Yeah. So anyhow, oh yeah. So the blue and pink pose balls. I love that. I still every year I beg all you guys, let's get together and have National Pose Ball Day. But nobody takes me seriously on this. I am convinced we can change the world. Now they say that there's a lot of us in here, and if we each just went off and got like 6 of these things from Michaels and sprayed them pink and blue and glued them up around town at the same time one day, just pick the day when they're all over the world. Now that would be something, right? I can't wait. CNN would be doing a show for years on this one.
Trying to figure out what the heck was going on.
Yeah. They're still looking for Flight 370. And somebody told me they actually had reruns of O.J. Simpson this summer. I couldn't believe it.
Yes, they did. Yeah.
Yeah, that's what you
Oh,
told
that
me. I
is the
couldn't
truth.
believe it. I mean, how could that possibly be? Behind me,
did.
by the way, if you didn't notice the pictures, how many of you saw this movie? Okay.
Twice.
Guardians of the Galaxy. Did you like it?
Oh yeah, that's why I said went to see it twice.
Yeah, it was great. I thought it was really spectacular. I had a great time with that movie. They were a lot of fun. It was like Star Wars, but the girl was prettier. Yeah. Yeah. Artificial intelligence is really a wonderful thing, by the way. I want you all to know. I told my computer that today is my birthday, and it said I needed an upgrade. Yep. Second Life, by the way. I mean, is anybody running an obituary column in here? That would be something, right? So, anyhow, summer. We're well into summer now. It's August. Oh my God, what are we gonna do? You know, summer is slowly. Where you are, by the way, it might be snowing already, Tara Lynn, right?
Thank God, no, but it's getting colder already.
Is it already getting colder? Unbelievable.
Oh,
It's
jeez.
cold. Cold in New York.
What's the difference between an Arab and E.T.? E.T. went home. No, I didn't.
Oh.
This is terrible. This is not good. I'm not going to tell this one. I can't tell that one. That's terrible.
go
No.
ahead.
Oh, come on, do it. Yeah.
What's the difference?
Everyone
What's
applaud.
the
Come on,
difference
applaud.
between
Yay.
a catfish and an Arab woman?
What?
One's got whiskers and smells, and the other one is just the fish.
Lauren, what kind of websites are you getting your
I
jokes
don't
from
know.
today?
Oh,
Inquiring minds want to know.
Yeah. How
KKK.org.
many Afghans does it take to screw in a light bulb? Doesn't matter. The electricity's been off for at least a year.
oh my God.
Terrible.
What's the best Arab job? Foreign ambassador.
You get the lead.
Yeah. How do you play Iraqi bingo? B52, F16, B2. And what's the Iraqi national bird? Duck.
Oh.
Oh, am I in trouble for these, right?
Yes.
Yeah, what do Israeli soldiers do when they get bored? They go over to the Gaza and get stoned.
Oh, God. My God.
I got to get rid of these. This is just not good at all. This is terrible.
This is just
I like 'em.
wrong. Wrong on
This
so
is
many
just
levels.
wrong. I mean, it's really wrong. Yeah. So anyhow, old Arab proverb: a woman for sons, a boy for pleasure, and a goat is for sheer ecstasy. France has now banned the burqa. Muslim countries have responded by banning the wearing of berets, stripy tops, and strings of garlic.
Sacre bleu.
Sacre bleu.
I gotta tell you, I was amazed by Russia, making the decision, to all of a sudden, have their own, what do they call them? Bans, but they're not banned. What do we call that stuff that we're doing to them? We don't let them sell, whatever. Anyhow, but they put tariffs. They're not allowed to bring in food.
Imported food, yes.
Yeah,
Right.
they can't bring food in.
I'll help you.
Yeah. Let's go back to the way it used to be. Yay! Yeah. Me and an Arab friend were playing Battleship, and he called out C4 on his first turn. I ran.
Oh. Cheating.
Oh, well, here we go. And by the way, I was shocked by this. I mean, I read this in the paper. Did you know that in Germany, they have an entire village set up where they it apparently was a very famous writer, but they reenact being American Indians. They're like cool. All the Germans think they're really American Indians. Did you know that?
Sick and wrong.
Yeah, but I gotta say, Disney films are really quite realistic. Take Aladdin. Both an Arab and a thief. No.
Oh,
Oh no.
oh,
God,
that's
am I going to
funny.
be in trouble? I know it. I know it. Yeah. Yeah. So maintain a healthy level of sanity. Once in a while, lunchtime, just sit in your parked car, sunglasses on, and point a hairdryer at passing cars. See what happens.
Oh.
And once the front end dive down, as everyone slows down because no,
Yeah,
speed trap.
exactly. Yeah. Well, in the memo field, if you check just right for marijuana. I like going to a restaurant. I go, do you have diet water?
No, some people will ask that these days, and they'll mean it. They
Yeah.
will mean it.
Kale. How many of you know what kudzu is? Do you know?
Yes.
Anybody know what
Yes.
kudzu is?
It's
Yeah, I
looking
know.
too,
It's an
and
invasive
like
ivy. No, it's an
Guess
invasive
what?
ivy that
It's
comes
very
from
edible,
Japan.
very smoking. It's the new kale, kudzu. If
Oh.
if we really wanted to do something in America, all we'd have to do is say, "This is great to eat," and we'd be gone. All the kudzu would be gone. Anything we want to get gone is gone.
Yep.
I mean, there's no quinoa left in Peru. We ate it all up here in the north. We sent them Big Macs instead. Yeah.
Yeah.
So,
Kill them.
so let's see. Do we have a blonde joke or two? Yeah. What's the difference between a blonde and a guy? The blonde has a higher sperm count. No, that's not good. Oh, that's not good either. Can't do any of those. We're just getting through tonight. We're just having some fun. We have no show coming up. We missed some comedians. We're 12 minutes left to go. I don't even know if I have much left to say about all of this, but I will say this, okay? Second Life here. I want somebody to really learn how to make some really. Look at this one I'm wearing. When I bought this here, I thought this was the coolest hair ever in Second Life. And now, look at it. Oh, my God. It looks like I sprayed 19 tons of hairspray in there, right?
I like it. It's pretty. I
You
think
like
it looks
it? It's
pretty.
pretty,
I was
yeah.
looking at
Right.
it today. It's
Mhm.
pretty.
It's pretty, but it doesn't move, does it? It's just stuck. Yeah, it's really
Bush
right.
hair is not. I got it on too, but still don't like it.
Hair by DuPont.
So why do blondes
It's
wash their
cute.
hair in the sink?
It's cute.
That's where you're supposed to wash the vegetables. No.
Oh.
No.
Why do men like blonde jokes? Because they can understand them.
Stand them, yeah.
Yeah, exactly. Anyhow, everybody having a good time? Hello, Andy. How are you over there? Are you having a good time tonight? We're just having fun. Explorer, how are you? Jamie Jordan, who works hard to put it all together. Guy, Geo, I said Guy. Geo, who records all of this and sells this to Al Jazeera so they can sell it here in America.
Okay, yeah. Blown up.
I think it'd be great, if we could just, play Second Life for the people in ISIS. Just say, all right, this little group's coming next to get you. Yeah, you hear about the blonde who got an AM radio? It took her a month to realize she could play it at night.
Oh.
Come on, guys, move on with it.
Groany.
I thought it was great.
Why did the blonde jump off the cliff? She thought her maxi pad had wings.
Oh.
All right, that's enough of those blonde jokes, don't you think? Did we have enough? Anybody's got something good to say tonight? Oh, Magic, how are you, sweetie? Good to see you. Good to see you, Subliminal. Brandy's out there. Look at this. We got Roxy over there and Roxy's girl, Angie. How are you guys doing? Is that good over there, you two of you? Yeah? Hope you're having fun. Yep. Good. And Tim Faith, how are you? You enjoying comedy in Second Life? I mean, there are other things to do in Second Life, like try to get into Collaborator 8. I think I'll spend a month trying to get in there. Well, that too, right? Exactly. Well, Haley's the only one who can get in anywhere because she's in here at 3 a.m. You know, it's like unbelievable. Lauren Artful, you look lovely, lovely. It's very nice. You're wearing an alpha texture, so now that your skirt's holding up like that, I can see this pattern of the chair right through you. That's great. Liliana, nice to see you. Jerkwater, you having fun here tonight? You think this is good? No, yeah.
We
I
are.
tell you,
We're having a blast.
Oh, good. I'll tell you where babies come from in Second Life because I got pregnant in Second Life, you know, and by the way, I didn't have big money, so actually, you guys don't know it. Most of the people here know it. You know, I got one of those tantras, which is a Second Life womb, and you have to, you know, set it. I accidentally set it to begin with. You know, once you have a womb, you want to use it, right? Right, Liliana? Isn't that when you
That's
got one,
right.
you got to
That's
use
right.
it, right? I mean,
Yeah.
it's like getting a Betty Crocker Baker. You're not going to just let it sit in the closet all the time.
Spend good money on that shit.
Right. So I had to find. So I found 5 women to sleep around. Well, I figured, what the hell? I'm blonde. I might as well be a slut too, you know. So anyhow, but I made a big mistake the first time. They didn't tell me you could set it the settings, and I accidentally set it to a furry cycle. I thought, oh my God, I'm gonna have a litter of little cats here, and what am I gonna do with that? But fortunately, it wasn't easy to get pregnant, so it took some time and stuff, and it was very difficult. And actually, one of the people I was sleeping with, I told her, you know, because you can start to see your cycles, it's a good time, right? I'm like, come on, girls, you know that when you're getting pregnant, you know when there's a good time and a bad time and all that. And I said, this is a good time. And you know what she said to me? I was so shocked. This is a gal in Second Life. A real gal in First Life says to me, I'm not in the mood. I go, what do you mean? This is Second Life. This is not like a big mood thing here going on. You gotta press a freaking button on the top of your machine. What kind of a mood do you need for this? It's not so difficult. And then, so she finally came over and she pressed that button. And you know, when you press that button, you start to wiggle, 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 and little white particles fly all over the room and everything else. And then she said, was it good for you? Was it good for me? Are you kidding? I was laughing the whole time. It was so good. But of course, I did get pregnant. Yeah, I got pregnant here in Second Life. And I was very concerned because, you know, I've been sleeping around. And I wanted to know who the mother father of my kid was. So I went to the creator of this Tantra and I said, listen, is there a way I can tell? And he said, oh, you won't believe it. I have a beta version. You take this, you res it in front of them, and you, oh, I don't want to do that. Cancel. Don't log me out. And I said, you have res it, just have them touch it, and it'll tell you if they're the, you know, mother father. So I brought that box to those girls, and I read the box. I said, this is real simple. All you have to do is touch that box, and you'll know whether you're the mother father of my baby because you slept with me. Remember when you had sex with me on the pool table in your house here in Second Life? You don't remember that? I remember it. Yeah, that was before voice. So, anyhow, what was hysterical about the whole thing is they didn't want to touch it. It's like a big deal. I said, come on, you know, this is not like you can get Ebola from touching this thing. Relax, okay?
They
didn't want to touch it. And of course, the one that finally touched it and said, that's the mother father. She logged off Second Life. I became an unwed mother, had to raise my kid on my sim of Old Wives. That's where I ended up in Old Wives. That's my sim. And then I had to go through the gestation period, which is really kind of interesting because that was the first time men in Second Life would open the door for me. So you ever notice that, girls? They never open the door for you, right? So, yes. So I actually had to go and find somewhere to have this baby and the rest of it. And I found a nice hospital that had a whole set of things, different things. I couldn't afford the really cool stuff like, you know, the water birthing and I couldn't afford the massage birthing and all that stuff. You know, I went for the stirrups. It was really great. But so I was wandering around for these weeks. I mean, it was like 4 weeks or something. And God, gestation for 9 months. God must have been laughing when he came up with that. 9 months. Let's do that. Let's see if we can't throw in a lot of pain, gas, and peeing in your pants. That'll be good. That is a really smart move. What kind of thing is that? So anyhow, I had to go in and get checked out and stuff like that. And I never pretended anything, so I would tell people what I really was. And these two that were working in this place were actual real nurses in First Life. and they were sisters, and they just couldn't control themselves with me going in there having my weekly checkup to see how it was going. I actually got, of all things, they actually handed me a an ultrasound of the baby. Can you believe that? Second Life is so screwed up. It's incredible. So then, of course, there came the big day when, wow, my water broke and the doctors couldn't get in. Second Life wasn't working. Teleports weren't working. And I'm sitting there, and I don't know what to do. You know, the funny thing about role-playing is you can really get into it. How many of you guys get into role-playing and you get really off the deep end? You know, like, whoa, holy mackerel, I wish I was flying some drones. I'd blow up half the world just for fun. Yeah, right. You know? So anyhow, I was asking my friends, what do I do? What do I do? I'm panic struck now. I'm gonna have the baby's gonna drop out here in Second Life without the doctor, and what's gonna happen then? You know? Oh my God. So so then somebody sends me back a little text message. Goes, I am just hit false labor. I thought, oh wow. I should have told my wife in First Life that when it happened. Hey, just hit false labor. This'll be fun. Let's go to the movies. Hit false labor. Well, anyhow, after many, many hours, and finally I had waterfront property, my doctor got in, and I got over to have my baby in Second Life, my little Lula. And just so you know, where babies come from in Second Life, because if you're up there in the stirrups and they're taking pictures and the rest of it, A, doesn't come out of a vagina, and B, it doesn't come out of the rectum. It comes out of someplace in between as a blocky, and it's really not that attractive, but they actually have pictures of this whole thing, which is absolutely frightening, okay? And so my little Lulu was born, and when she grew up a little bit, I sent her over the teen grid. And unfortunately, I think she had sex with everybody over there and came back, you know. So sorry, family. Oh, yeah, we're sorry for that too, Liliana. Nothing like a family in First Life to really get you down. Oh, my God, we've done an entire hour. Oh, I can't believe it.
We made it.
Wow.
Yay.
Hey, we've done it again. Thank you all so very much.
There you go, man.
Yeah. This is all improv, guys. We don't know what the hell we're doing.
We can tell. I'm just kidding. It's great.
Yeah, of course you can tell.